Dragon Ball Super is a casual continuation of Dragon Ball, and it takes place after the defeat of Buu and before Goku meets Oop. You can consider it filler since you know nothing what happens in Super really matters and is no different than watching the Garlic Jr. saga. But then again, the ending of Dragon Ball existed for 3 decades, and not everyone was reading the manga back in the day to know what filler is and what isn't in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. If anything, Dragon Ball Super is basically fanfiction, drawn by a former fan manga author Toyotaro. So, what is the story of Dragon Ball Super? If you read a handful of Dragon Ball fanfiction, you can predict most of what happens. First, we get the Build's arc, which is a movie retelling told in a better paced way. Seeing how short it is, you can tell that most of the movie was just a waste of time, and in the manga, they're cutting most of it. In short, it is about an oversensitive destroyer god who likes food a little too much and wants to fight the Super Saiyan God, a reddish pink palette swap of a Saiyan's base form. OG transformation, please don't steal. The achievement of the form is also lazy, just holding hands with other Saiyans that are pure-hearted. They could have done the ritual on each other, which wasn't established not to be possible. That would have saved them some trouble later. Apparently they fought Frieza off screen and got a free power up right after Super Saiyan got also off screen. You can watch the revival of F movie to fill the gap, but you don't really miss much from not seeing it. But the manga did a terrible job in introducing Super Saiyan Blue to the reader, which is just short for Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. It's another palette swap power up, but this time it's an actual Super Saiyan. We see a pointless tournament which only exists to introduce the Super Dragon Balls, which are always collected off screen and set up another tournament. The fight in the tournaments were better than in the anime, but it's still not really interesting. The fight against the final boss was really underwhelming. The Future Trunks arc takes place in the future timeline. An evil Goku referred as Black is causing chaos and is somehow related to a Kaioshin from Universe 10. That arc is immediately ruined by the introduction of the Xeno button, meaning no matter how strong the enemy would have been, there was no tension since Goku can press the button at any point. Nothing in that arc really affects the story of Dragon Ball Super and could be skipped, honestly, just like the entire like in the anime. And the Tournament of Power is by far the worst arc in the franchise. Goku is shown to be the dumbest character, forgetting everything he learned over the course of the series and being a complete asshole. It also sets up Vegeta's role in the story. It's someone who is obsessed with Kakarot and keep taking turns fighting. Then Vegeta would get beaten up, and then he would realize, only you can save us, Kakarot. We need to work together. Like in the anime and movies, Vegeta and Goku would keep doing the same mistakes, which even apply to the arcs I won't cover here. If you read the Toyotaro fan manga, you will see several similarities to his original work. The difference being that Super isn't engaging as Dragon Ball Toyable IF, and the paneling isn't as good either. There are also many times Toyotaro traces scenes or recreates scenes for the sake of homages. Homages are fine if they aren't done in every chapter. Fan service in general is plenty in Dragon Ball Super, but it aren't good. We get Vegito, but at what cost? Ruining what made him so special. We get female Saiyans under the cost of ruining the established effort of the characters. We see Roshi fight in exchange for ruining the power scaling and breaking the rules of the series, including Dragon Ball Super's own rules. Nothing makes sense and everyone can be stronger than anyone else through off-screen training. They can literally become as strong as the writers want. And while that can be said of any series, if it isn't done in a believable way, then it isn't well done. That is the difference between a well told story and a badly told one. One of the criticisms in the transformation power-ups, there are all power swaps, Golden Frieza power swap of Final Form Frieza but gold. Super Saiyan God, base form Saiyan with reddish pink hair, Super Saiyan Blue, blue haired Super Saiyan Rosé, pink haired Super Saiyan, Ultra Instinct, white haired Super Saiyan God, and we will get far more. Overall, it is impossible for me to recommend this series to anyone unless you are desperate for Dragon Ball.